Welcome to the TUE Brew Review. This week we are checking out Daura Damm, a gluten-removed lager beer that's made from the Daura Damm Brewery out of Barcelona, Spain. Shout out to my niece Casey, who provided this exquisite sample. Thank you very much. So, gluten-free beers, gluten-free food products in general have invaded the marketplace. There's lots of great options out there for gluten-free, and gluten-free beers have been around for some time, but they've obviously grown in popularity along with all these other gluten-free products. What makes this one different is most gluten-free beers, they swap out the grains. So instead of using malted barley or wheat, they'll use things like corn or rice or sorghum, oats, what have you. So they'll use non-gluten grains. These guys actually use malted barley in the recipe, but they use some sort of proprietary enzyme during the mash that is supposed to break down all these gluten molecules that they can filter out later after they lager it. And so apparently there is still a trace amount of gluten left in this beer, so they can't call it gluten-free by US standards, but by and large, it's got virtually all of the gluten removed. So let's go ahead and check this guy out. Comes in this 12-ounce bottle. We've got crafted to remove gluten. So again, they can't call it gluten-free. Just says it's a lager beer and it's got 100% natural ingredients. It is vegan. And this beer is actually packaged 3 months ago. So for an imported beer, that's relatively good. And 5.4% ABV. So let's go ahead and crack this guy open. Yeah, so we got a nice kind of a dark yellow to gold hue. It's a really sharp looking lager. Got quite a bit of effervescence. As one would expect in a lager beer like this. You got the nice pillowy head because it's got the malted barley in it. I'm getting really good head retention. Normally in gluten-free products, sometimes you struggle to see that, but this has got a really nice look and good head retention. Yeah, definitely has the malted barley aromatics. A little bit sweet, but definitely has that grainy, bready type of aromatic to it. Cheers. So yeah, good combination of grainy and sweet, almost like a honey-like sweetness. A little bit sweeter than I thought it'd be, but definitely has a really nice malty, bready flavor that one would expect from a beer of this ilk. Yeah, I am getting a little bit more of the hop character through the second sip. Once it kind of cut through some of that honey-like sweetness, definitely on the sides of the palate, I can start feeling some of that hop bite coming through, as well as some of that carbonation does help to kind of wash out the sweetness and give it that, I'd say, semi-dry finish, not as dry or crisp as other lagers that I've had, but still has I would say a semi-dry finish. But this is delicious. Very crushable beer. It definitely aligns much more closely to a regular glutinous beer than the other traditional type of gluten-free products that I would see out there. So I really like the flavor on this beer. It's very well done. So I'm glad I got hooked up with this beer. And actually, I might seek this type of beer out as a gluten-free alternative. And for the folks out there who are looking for such an option, would definitely check, because as I said, it's got some gluten in it. So if you have a complete intolerance to gluten, maybe you can't partake of this. But I think for most people who are looking for a low gluten or gluten-free option, this would hit the spot. So check it out if you get a chance. Daura Damm, gluten-free or almost gluten-free lager beer from Barcelona, Spain. Salud.